Let's talk today about a common food that many of us have relied on for years, white bread. It's soft, familiar, and has been a part of daily meals for generations. Toast in the morning, a sandwich at lunch. It feels harmless, even comforting. But for older adults, white bread can quietly work against the strength and stability of your legs, and here's why. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows down. The body becomes less efficient at processing simple carbohydrates, especially those found in refined grains like white bread. When you eat white bread, it breaks down quickly in your digestive system, spiking your blood sugar and insulin levels. This rapid increase, followed by a sudden drop, can lead to energy crashes, fatigue, and inflammation, particularly in the joints and muscles that support your lower body. Over time, frequent consumption of high glycemic foods like white bread contributes to insulin resistance. That's when your cells become less responsive to insulin, which is essential for helping glucose enter cells and provide energy. This condition doesn't just raise the risk of type 2 diabetes, it also interferes with muscle repair and regeneration. Your legs, which are already losing muscle mass due to age-related sarcopenia, are placed at even greater risk. Inflammation worsens, circulation slows, and nutrient delivery to muscle tissues becomes impaired. What that means, practically speaking, is that your legs may feel weaker, more tired, or even unstable, making it harder to get up from a chair or walk without assistance. It's also important to know that white bread lacks the fiber, vitamins, and minerals needed to support the gut and muscles in older adults. Without fiber, digestion becomes sluggish, and blood sugar stays less controlled. Without B vitamins and magnesium, nutrients that are often removed during the refining process, your nerves and muscles don't fire or contract as efficiently. It's not just about the bread itself, but what it's missing and what it triggers inside your body. Now let's shift the focus to a healthier, more nourishing alternative: sprouted whole grain bread. Unlike white bread, sprouted whole grain bread is made from grains that have been allowed to germinate, which means they've started to grow. This process unlocks enzymes that break down starches, making the nutrients more bioavailable to your body. Sprouted bread is rich in fiber, protein, and essential minerals like magnesium, potassium, and zinc, all of which support muscle strength, nerve function, and cellular repair. It also has a lower glycemic index, meaning it won't spike your blood sugar as rapidly. That helps maintain steady energy throughout the day, which is essential when trying to regain or preserve leg strength. Making the switch from white bread to sprouted whole grain bread is a simple, powerful change. Over time, it helps stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and provide the nutrients your aging muscles need to stay strong and active. It's a small decision that supports a much larger goal: protecting your independence one step at a time. Let's take a closer look at a food that might seem harmless at first glance, but can have a surprisingly negative effect on your body as you age: processed deli meats. These include items like packaged ham, turkey slices, bologna, salami, and other cold cuts, often found in sandwiches or charcuterie boards. They're convenient, easy to store, and have long shelf lives, which is why so many people turn to them for a quick meal. But for seniors, the risks tied to processed meats are worth serious attention. The problem lies not only in the meat itself, but in how it's been preserved and treated. Processed deli meats are often high in sodium, saturated fats, and chemical preservatives such as nitrates and nitrites. These compounds are added to prevent bacterial growth and to give the meat a desirable color and flavor. However, once inside the body, nitrates can convert into nitrosamines, substances that have been linked to inflammation and cellular damage. In older adults who may already have reduced kidney function or existing inflammation in the joints or muscles, this added stress on the body can worsen fatigue and muscle stiffness. Furthermore, high sodium levels found in deli meats can raise blood pressure and increase the workload on the heart. Over time, this makes it more difficult for your circulatory system to effectively deliver oxygen and nutrients to your leg muscles, which are essential for maintaining strength and mobility.
Saturated fat is another concern.
As we age, our ability to metabolize fats efficiently can decline. Too much saturated fat can raise bad cholesterol levels, leading to plaque buildup in the arteries. When arteries are narrowed or stiffened, blood flow to the lower limbs can become restricted. That reduced circulation contributes to weakness, cold feet, and even numbness or pain when walking, a condition called intermittent claudication, common among seniors with peripheral artery disease. These changes might start subtly, but over months and years, they can chip away at your physical independence. Instead of processed deli meats, I recommend choosing fresh, lean protein sources that provide the nutrients your body needs to repair and maintain muscle without the added burden of chemicals or excessive sodium. One excellent option is skinless grilled chicken breast. It's low in fat, high in quality protein, and free of preservatives. Another great alternative is canned salmon packed in water, which is rich in omega-3 fatty acids that help reduce inflammation and support joint and muscle health. For those who prefer plant-based options, lentils and beans are full of protein and fiber, and they're naturally low in sodium when prepared at home. Making this simple dietary switch can help your body perform better from the inside out. By choosing clean, unprocessed proteins, you're not just avoiding harmful ingredients, you're actively supporting your muscles, especially those in your legs, so they can help you move confidently and safely. It's a small change, but one that supports strength, stability, and peace of mind. Let's talk today about a food that may be sitting in your kitchen right now, one that many of us have come to rely on over the years: instant noodles. They're quick, inexpensive, and often taste satisfying, especially on a cold day or when you're feeling low on energy. But for older adults, instant noodles can quietly cause harm that builds up over time. They may seem like a simple comfort food, but inside the body, they can interfere with the very systems that keep your legs strong and your muscles healthy. Instant noodles are heavily processed and often high in sodium, unhealthy fats, and preservatives. The main ingredient is refined wheat flour, stripped of its natural fiber, vitamins, and minerals. This kind of refined carbohydrate breaks down quickly into sugar in your bloodstream, leading to rapid spikes in blood glucose followed by sharp crashes. Over time, this up and down pattern can lead to insulin resistance, where your cells no longer respond well to insulin, making it harder for your body to regulate energy. For seniors, this means feeling tired more often, recovering more slowly after activity, and losing the stamina needed to keep leg muscles engaged and functioning. Another issue lies in the high sodium content. A single serving of instant noodles can contain up to half or more of your recommended daily salt intake. Too much sodium causes water retention and raises blood pressure, putting extra strain on your heart and kidneys. When blood pressure is elevated, your circulation becomes less efficient. The muscles in your legs rely on a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients to stay strong. When that flow is disrupted, the result can be leg fatigue, cramping, or even swelling, making it harder to stand, walk, or exercise. Instant noodles also typically contain unhealthy fats, especially trans fats or low-quality saturated fats found in the seasoning packets and the frying process used during manufacturing. These fats increase inflammation throughout the body, particularly in muscles and joints. Inflammation interferes with muscle repair, reduces flexibility, and can worsen conditions like arthritis. For seniors working to preserve leg strength, this type of chronic inflammation becomes a serious barrier to mobility and recovery. Now let's consider a healthier, more nourishing alternative. Instead of instant noodles, a warm bowl of whole grain or legume-based pasta served with lightly sautéed vegetables and lean protein can make a big difference. Whole grain noodles provide complex carbohydrates that release energy slowly, helping stabilize blood sugar and maintain endurance. Options like chickpea pasta or lentil-based pasta also offer additional protein and fiber, which are crucial for muscle maintenance. Pairing this with fresh herbs and olive oil instead of a salty seasoning packet further reduces inflammation and supports heart health. This small dietary upgrade can be easy to prepare and deeply supportive to your muscles, joints, and energy levels. By choosing real, whole foods that nourish rather than deplete, you're taking an important step toward regaining the strength and mobility your legs deserve. Your body will thank you with more stable steps and a renewed sense of confidence. Today, let's take a moment to talk about a food that many people enjoy, especially during social gatherings or as part of their favorite takeout meal. French fries, crispy, salty, and satisfying, they've become a staple side dish for generations. But while they may taste comforting, French fries can pose several serious concerns for seniors, especially when it comes to leg strength, circulation, and joint health. The impact may not be obvious right away, but over time, regular consumption of fried foods like these can gradually erode the foundation of strength and stability that your legs depend on. French fries are typically made from white potatoes that have been peeled, cut, and deep fried in oil at high temperatures. This cooking process creates harmful compounds known as advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These substances are linked to increased oxidative stress and chronic inflammation in the body. In older adults who may already be experiencing age-related inflammation in muscles or joints, this additional burden can lead to further stiffness, slower healing, and even pain when walking or standing for long periods. Chronic inflammation interferes with muscle recovery and reduces mobility, both of which are critical to maintaining strong, functional legs. The oils used for frying, particularly when reused in commercial settings, are often high in trans fats or unstable polyunsaturated fats. These fats are not heart-friendly. They raise bad cholesterol levels, lower good cholesterol, and contribute to clogged arteries. This is important because your leg muscles rely on good circulation to receive oxygen and nutrients. When blood vessels become narrowed or stiffened, circulation suffers. The result is muscle fatigue, poor endurance, and in some cases, conditions like peripheral artery disease, which affects the flow of blood to the legs. Poor blood flow leads to weakness and cramping, especially during movement. French fries are also extremely high in sodium. Just a single serving can contain more salt than your body needs in an entire meal. Excess sodium contributes to water retention, increases blood pressure, and places extra strain on your heart and kidneys. When this happens, your body must work harder to maintain balance, which can lead to swelling in the lower legs, reduced range of motion, and decreased strength over time. This kind of systemic pressure slowly wears down your physical resilience. Instead of French fries, consider switching to oven-roasted sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are rich in potassium, vitamin C, and fiber, all nutrients that support nerve signaling, muscle contraction, and recovery. Roasting them in olive oil rather than deep frying keeps their nutritional value intact while reducing harmful fat intake. Their natural sweetness and satisfying texture make them an excellent replacement that won't compromise flavor or enjoyment. Making this change may seem small, but over time, it helps your body function with greater ease and less internal stress. Your legs will feel lighter, your joints more comfortable, and your energy more sustained. In choosing foods that nourish rather than inflame, you're investing in strength, stability, and the freedom to move through life with confidence and control. Let's take a closer look today at a beverage that many people enjoy without giving it a second thought. Diet soda. It's often seen as a healthier alternative to regular sugary drinks, especially because it contains 0 calories and no actual sugar. But for older adults, diet soda can bring unexpected health challenges, particularly when it comes to maintaining strength, muscle function, and overall mobility. While it may seem harmless, the ingredients in diet soda can affect your body in ways that quietly work against your well-being, especially in the areas most important for leg health and stability. Diet soda gets its sweetness from artificial sweeteners such as aspartame, sucralose, or saccharin. These chemical compounds are many times sweeter than sugar and are designed to mimic the taste of sweetness without adding calories. However, research has shown that these artificial sweeteners can confuse the body's natural hunger and insulin signals. When your body senses sweetness but receives no actual energy, it can disrupt your appetite control, leading to overeating or cravings later in the day. For seniors, this makes it harder to maintain a healthy, balanced diet rich in the nutrients needed to support muscle repair and energy levels. More importantly, diet sodas have been linked in several studies to a decrease in bone mineral density, especially in older adults. Some of this has to do with the phosphoric acid commonly used to give diet soda its tangy bite. This acid can interfere with calcium absorption, which is critical for maintaining strong bones. Weak bones make you more vulnerable to fractures from falls, especially in the hips and legs. At the same time, lower calcium availability can also weaken muscle contractions, which rely on calcium to function properly. That means both your bones and muscles may gradually become less dependable, increasing the risk of instability or injury. Another issue lies in the way diet sodas affect kidney health. Long-term consumption of artificial sweeteners and chemical additives has been associated with reduced kidney function in older adults. Since your kidneys play a key role in filtering waste and balancing fluids and electrolytes, any decline in function can affect how well your muscles hydrate and recover after activity. When muscle cells don't receive the right balance of nutrients and fluids, they can become more prone to cramping, fatigue, and slower healing after strain. A more supportive alternative is to drink naturally flavored water or herbal teas. Adding slices of cucumber, lemon, or berries to water creates a refreshing, lightly flavored beverage without chemicals or added sugars. Herbal teas like ginger, chamomile, or mint not only hydrate the body, but also offer gentle anti-inflammatory benefits that support joint comfort and digestive health. These drinks nourish without harming and can be enjoyed throughout the day without side effects. By making this one switch from diet soda to naturally hydrating options, you give your muscles and bones a much-needed advantage. Over time, this choice supports stronger legs, steadier steps, and a body that feels more balanced and energized from within. Today, let's gently bring attention to a food that often hides in plain sight: margarine. For years, margarine was promoted as a heart-healthy alternative to butter because it contains less saturated fat. But for older adults, especially those aiming to maintain muscle function, joint comfort, and overall vitality, margarine may actually be more harmful than helpful. What matters most is not just the amount of fat we eat, but the kind of fat and how it behaves inside the aging body. The truth is, certain types of fats in margarine can silently work against your health in ways that aren't always obvious at first, but can accumulate over time. Traditional margarine is made from vegetable oils that have been chemically altered through a process called hydrogenation. This process solidifies the oils and extends shelf life, but it also creates artificial trans fats. Even though many brands have reduced or removed trans fats in recent years, some still contain small amounts, especially in stick forms. Trans fats are known to raise levels of LDL cholesterol, often called the bad cholesterol, while lowering HDL cholesterol, the good kind. This imbalance can lead to a buildup of plaque in the arteries, reducing blood flow throughout the body, including the muscles in your legs that depend on steady oxygen and nutrient delivery to stay strong and responsive. When circulation is compromised, muscles may feel weak or tire more quickly. For seniors, this reduced efficiency can make walking, climbing stairs, or even rising from a chair feel more difficult than it should. Over time, the chronic inflammation associated with unhealthy fats can also aggravate joint pain and stiffness, making daily movement more uncomfortable. Inflammation interferes with muscle recovery and regeneration, which becomes more important with each passing decade as the body naturally loses muscle mass. Another concern with margarine is that it often lacks essential nutrients. Unlike natural fats, which can carry fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K, processed breads provide little in the way of nourishment. They may fill the plate, but they do not feed the body in a meaningful way. Seniors need every bite to count. Every food choice should support energy, strength, and resilience from the inside out. A more supportive alternative is to use small amounts of extra virgin olive oil or avocado as your main fat sources. Olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, which have been shown to support heart health, reduce inflammation, and promote better circulation. It also contains natural antioxidants that help protect muscle and nerve tissues from age-related damage. When used in moderation, drizzled over steamed vegetables, or used as a dip for whole grain bread, it can be both delicious and healing. Replacing margarine with heart-healthy oils or nutrient-dense whole foods like avocado is a simple yet powerful choice. These alternatives nourish your body rather than burden it, and over time, such changes can restore ease to your movement, lighten the strain on your joints, and give you more strength and comfort in every step you take. Let's turn our attention today to a type of food that may seem wholesome on the surface but can carry hidden risks: flavored yogurt. Many people reach for it thinking it's a healthy choice full of calcium and good bacteria. And while plain, unsweetened yogurt can indeed be part of a nourishing diet, the flavored varieties often contain added sugars and artificial ingredients that may work against the very benefits you're hoping to gain, especially for seniors trying to support leg strength, muscle health, and stable energy levels throughout the day. Understanding what's really inside that small container can help you make better decisions for your overall mobility and well-being. Flavored yogurts can contain surprising amounts of added sugar, sometimes more than a dessert. These added sugars cause a quick spike in blood glucose followed by a rapid drop, leading to fatigue, irritability, and reduced energy. For older adults, this cycle can interfere with the body's ability to maintain steady stamina, making muscles feel weaker and increasing the risk of sudden exhaustion or instability. Over time, consistently high blood sugar levels can contribute to insulin resistance. When muscles don't respond well to insulin, they struggle to absorb the glucose they need for energy and repair, slowing down recovery after physical activity and making it harder to maintain or rebuild strength. Beyond sugar, many flavored yogurts also contain artificial sweeteners, thickeners, and flavoring agents designed to enhance taste and texture. These additives may be tolerated in small amounts, but in sensitive individuals, especially those with digestive issues, they can disrupt the balance of gut bacteria. A healthy gut plays a key role in absorbing nutrients, regulating inflammation, and even producing neurotransmitters that affect mood and muscle function. If the gut is irritated or imbalanced, your whole system can feel off. You may notice bloating, joint aches, or low-grade fatigue that seems to have no clear cause. Another factor to consider is the protein content. Some flavored yogurts are lower in protein than their plain counterparts. Seniors need adequate protein throughout the day to help preserve lean muscle mass, particularly in the legs, which are the largest muscles in the body and crucial for balance and movement. Without consistent protein intake, muscles can shrink or weaken, making everyday tasks more difficult and increasing the risk of falls or injuries. A better alternative is plain Greek yogurt or plain plant-based yogurt that is low in sugar and high in protein. You can sweeten it naturally with a small handful of berries, which provide antioxidants and fiber, or a light drizzle of honey if needed. This way, you're getting the benefits of probiotics, calcium, and high-quality protein without the harmful effects of added sugars and artificial ingredients. Making this switch allows your body to function more smoothly, improves digestive health, and supports the strength and stability of your muscles. Over time, your energy levels may feel more consistent, your legs more steady, and your body more supported inside and out with every nourishing bite. Let's take a moment to look at a common ingredient found in many packaged and processed foods: vegetable shortening. You'll often see it listed in baked goods like cookies, crackers, pie crusts, and even some frozen foods. It was once considered a safer alternative to butter or lard, especially for baking, because it gave products a light texture and long shelf life. But the science we now have tells a different story. For seniors especially, vegetable shortening can have harmful effects on the body's muscles, joints, circulation, and even the brain, making it a food worth avoiding if your goal is to protect your strength, stability, and long-term wellness. The problem with vegetable shortening lies primarily in its fat content. Traditionally, shortening is made through a process called hydrogenation, where liquid vegetable oils are turned into solid fats. This creates trans fats, artificial fats that have been clearly linked to inflammation and increased risk of heart disease. While many manufacturers have reduced or removed trans fats due to health regulations, some products still contain trace amounts, and even small amounts can add up when consumed regularly. Trans fats interfere with how cells use healthy fats, and they can damage the inner lining of blood vessels, reducing circulation throughout the body. For seniors, this means that less oxygen and fewer nutrients reach the muscles, particularly in the legs, which are often the first area to show signs of weakness. When circulation is impaired, muscles tire more easily and recovery after activity becomes slower. This can make walking, climbing stairs, or simply standing for extended periods more difficult. Over time, inflammation caused by unhealthy fats, like those found in shortening, can also contribute to stiffness in the joints and discomfort in the lower back, hips, or knees, areas already vulnerable with age. If you're trying to preserve or rebuild leg strength, these internal changes quietly work against you every day. Shortening also lacks any meaningful nutrients. It provides no vitamins, minerals, or healthy fatty acids. It's a calorie-dense but nutritionally empty ingredient. When seniors consume foods high in shortening, they may feel full but are missing out on the healthy fats their body needs to maintain brain function, hormone balance, and muscle health. It's not just about avoiding the bad. It's about making room for the good. A much healthier alternative is to use fats that are natural, minimally processed, and full of health-supporting compounds. Extra virgin olive oil, for instance, is rich in monounsaturated fats and antioxidants that protect the heart and improve circulation. Avocado oil is another excellent option, with a high smoke point for cooking and anti-inflammatory benefits. If you're baking, try using mashed banana, unsweetened applesauce, or even a small amount of real butter in moderation. These options are gentler on the body and often provide added nutrients. By stepping away from shortening and choosing healthier fat sources, you're giving your body what it needs to thrive: more nourishment, better energy, and stronger legs to support a more active, confident lifestyle. Let's take a quiet moment to talk about a food that many people turn to for comfort, convenience, or even nostalgia: boxed breakfast cereals. Brightly colored, sweet, and quick to prepare, these cereals often appear to be a simple way to start the day. Some even carry health claims on the label, boasting about added vitamins or whole grains. But for older adults, especially those who are working to maintain leg strength, energy, and mobility, boxed breakfast cereals can pose hidden risks that are important to understand. What seems like a harmless bowl of cereal can have effects inside the body that slowly weaken the very systems you rely on to stay steady and strong. Most boxed cereals are heavily processed and high in added sugars. Even the ones that don't taste overly sweet often contain sugar, corn syrup, or artificial sweetness. When these ingredients enter the body, they are quickly broken down into glucose, which causes a sharp spike in blood sugar. This surge is usually followed by a rapid drop, leaving you feeling tired, unfocused, and hungry again within a short time. For seniors, this pattern of unstable energy can make it harder to stay active and engaged, especially in the morning when your body should be preparing for movement and daily tasks. In the muscles, particularly those in the legs, this roller coaster effect makes it more difficult to maintain endurance or rebuild strength. Many cereals also lack meaningful protein and healthy fats, two nutrients that are essential for muscle repair, balance, and sustained energy. Without these, your muscles don't get the raw materials they need to stay firm and functional. Over time, this nutritional gap can contribute to sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass that naturally occurs with aging. The muscles of the lower body, such as the thighs and calves, are often the first to weaken. This may begin subtly with a slower walking pace, but can progress to difficulty rising from a chair, climbing stairs, or maintaining your balance on uneven ground. Additionally, box cereals are often made with refined grains that have been stripped of their natural fiber and nutrients. This lack of fiber can slow digestion and interfere with blood sugar control. Worse still, some cereals are fortified with synthetic vitamins that may not absorb well in older adults, especially if digestive function has slowed. That means you're not truly receiving the nourishment the label suggests. A more supportive choice is to begin your morning with a bowl of steel-cut oats, prepared simply with water or milk, and topped with nutrient-dense ingredients like ground flaxseed, chopped nuts, or fresh berries. This kind of breakfast offers complex carbohydrates for steady energy, fiber for digestion, and healthy fats and proteins that help support muscle health. By choosing whole, unprocessed foods in the morning, you're laying a foundation for strength, balance, and vitality that can last throughout the day. Over time, your legs may feel more capable, your energy more stable, and your body more in harmony with the nourishment it truly needs. Let us take a moment to focus on a type of food that many seniors may reach for without much thought: canned soup. It's warm, convenient, and familiar. For someone living alone or looking for something easy, it might seem like the perfect option. And while there's certainly a sense of comfort in a hot bowl of soup, what's inside that may not always be supportive of your health, especially when it comes to preserving leg strength, balance, and long-term mobility. Canned soups often hide ingredients that quietly undermine the body's natural systems, making it more difficult for older adults to maintain their physical independence. The most pressing concern with canned soup is the sodium content. Many canned varieties contain extremely high levels of salt, sometimes over half the daily recommended intake in just one serving. High sodium levels can lead to increased blood pressure, placing added strain on the heart and blood vessels. Over time, this contributes to reduced circulation, particularly in the smaller arteries that supply blood to your muscles. The muscles in your legs are large and require strong, steady blood flow to stay oxygenated and energized. When that flow is disrupted, it can result in fatigue, heaviness, or even cramping during simple activities like walking or standing for long periods. Sodium also causes the body to retain excess fluid, which can lead to swelling in the lower legs, ankles, and feet. This added weight and pressure puts more strain on your joints and can make your legs feel tight, stiff, or sore, limiting your range of motion and increasing your risk of falling. For seniors who already face challenges with balance or joint flexibility, this effect can be especially problematic, interfering with daily comfort and reducing confidence in movement. Another issue is that many canned soups are low in protein and healthy fats, two nutrients that are essential for maintaining muscle mass and supporting the nervous system. Instead, they're often filled with low-quality carbohydrates, artificial flavorings, and preservatives that do little to nourish the body. Some even contain trans fats or additives that increase inflammation, which further slows muscle recovery and can worsen joint pain. So while the soup may feel soothing in the moment, it may not be offering the strength-building support your body actually needs. A healthier alternative is to prepare simple homemade soups using low-sodium broth, fresh or frozen vegetables, and a source of lean protein like lentils, shredded chicken, or soft tofu. You can season the soup with herbs and spices that reduce inflammation, such as turmeric, ginger, garlic, and black pepper. Even a basic vegetable and bean soup made at home can be both filling and deeply nourishing, providing fiber, minerals, and antioxidants that support muscle function and improve circulation. By choosing whole, fresh ingredients in your soups, you support every level of your health. You may begin to notice that your legs feel lighter, your steps more stable, and your body more comfortable overall. These gentle changes help you move forward, stronger, steadier, and more supported with each meal. Let's take a few quiet moments to talk about something many people enjoy as part of a quick breakfast or afternoon snack: pastries. These can include items like donuts, muffins, danishes, and even store-bought breakfast bars. They're soft, sweet, and often easy to grab on the go. But for older adults, these pastries can silently take a toll on the systems that keep you strong, steady, and mobile. What seems like a harmless indulgence can actually interfere with blood sugar stability, muscle health, and joint comfort, especially when consumed regularly. The key is not to feel guilty, but to understand what's really happening inside your body and how to make a more supportive choice. Pastries are typically made from refined white flour and loaded with added sugars and unhealthy fats. This combination creates what we call a high glycemic food, meaning it causes your blood sugar to rise quickly after eating. This may lead to a brief burst of energy, but it's often followed by a sharp crash that leaves you feeling tired, irritable, or even dizzy. For seniors, that dip in energy can mean the difference between feeling confident in your movement or feeling unsteady on your feet. Over time, repeated sugar spikes and crashes can contribute to insulin resistance. When your body stops responding properly to insulin, your cells struggle to absorb glucose efficiently, which reduces the energy available for muscle contraction and repair. The refined flour in pastries also lacks fiber and essential nutrients, so while the body processes it rapidly, it doesn't get the building blocks it needs to maintain strong tissues. As a result, muscles may become less resilient and more prone to fatigue. This is especially important for the large muscle groups in your legs, which support your weight, assist with balance, and help you remain independent in your daily activities. Weakness in these muscles can start subtly and progress gradually, sometimes without being noticed until it's more advanced. In addition to the sugar and refined grains, pastries often contain partially hydrogenated oils, also known as trans fats. These artificial fats increase inflammation, raise harmful cholesterol, and contribute to a stiffening of blood vessels, reducing healthy circulation throughout the body. When muscles and joints don't get enough oxygen or nutrients due to poor circulation, they may feel sore, tight, or slow to recover after exertion. Inflammation also worsens joint stiffness, which can reduce your ability to walk comfortably or get up from a seated position. A healthier, more nourishing alternative would be a slice of whole grain toast topped with natural almond butter and a few slices of banana. This combination provides complex carbohydrates for steady energy, healthy fats for brain and joint support, and a good source of protein to help rebuild and maintain muscle. The banana adds natural sweetness without the sugar crash, and the fiber supports healthy digestion and blood sugar control. By replacing pastries with whole, nutrient-dense foods, you give your body what it truly needs to stay energized, balanced, and strong. Over time, these gentle shifts support greater stability, clearer thinking, and more confident movement through each stage of your day.